Based on a true story. In the midst of this silence, you hear a sound. It's soft at first, a mere whisper of a wail, a spectral lament that seems to hang heavy in the air. It's the sound of a child crying, a melancholic melody that seems to ripple through the stillness of the night. You try to locate the source, but it's elusive, a spectral apparition that seems to dance just out of reach. The cries seem to tease, drawing you into a futile pursuit. You follow the sound, but it always seems to retreat, to hide in the obscure corners of the restaurant. It's as if the spectral source revels in its ability to elude your comprehension, to remain just beyond the grasp of understanding. This unsettling ambiance creates an ethereal tableau, a silent stage for a spectral performance. The restaurant, once bustling with life and laughter, now stands as a silent witness to this eerie nocturnal ballet. Each night the elusive cries danced, teasing proximity only to retreat into the restaurant's obscure corners. The eerie encounters escalated, and they weren't limited to just me. My friend, a fellow employee, was soon drawn into the enigmatic dance of the supernatural. It happened one night when the restaurant had just closed its doors to the world, leaving us alone in the dimly lit maze of tables and chairs. In the midst of our routine cleanup, a phantom voice echoed from the depths of the stockroom. It called my friend's name, a spectral whisper sliding along the empty corridors, reaching out to her. Almost simultaneously, I heard my name being called. But it wasn't from the stockroom. It was from the front of the restaurant, a beckoning echo that seemed to originate from nowhere and everywhere at once. We paused, our eyes meeting in a shared confusion. It was as if the restaurant itself had developed a voice, a spectral presence that knew us. It knew our names. Puzzled, we raced to respond to the ethereal calls, my friend towards the stockroom, me towards the front. However, our pursuit proved fruitless. There was no one in the stockroom, no one at the front, no one but us in the entire restaurant. Yet, we had both heard our names being called, clear as a bell, in voices that were neither our own nor familiar. It was a shared hallucination, a chilling experience that sent shivers racing down our spines. We stood there, in the eerie silence that followed, the spectral voices still echoing in our minds. It was a moment that blurred the boundaries between the tangible and the intangible, between the world we knew and a world we couldn't comprehend. Neither of us had uttered a word, yet the spectral calls resonated, a haunting melody in the silence of the restaurant. It was a melody that blurred the boundaries between reality and the supernatural, leaving us with more questions than answers, and a lingering sense of unease that would accompany us long after we left the restaurant. However, the most disquieting chapter unfolded in a sequence of tragic departures. This unsettling narrative begins with two unsuspecting patrons, whose faces were as familiar to me as the worn pages of a well-thumbed book. They arrived as usual, their presence punctuating the restaurant's daily rhythm. Unbeknownst to me, they were about to partake in what would be their final repast. The first, a gentleman of considerable years, indulged in the comfort of his favorite meal, a hearty pot roast. His laughter filled the restaurant, a symphony of joy that belied the cruel fate awaiting him. Shortly after leaving our establishment, he met an untimely end in a sudden, shocking accident. The second, a woman known for her vibrant scarves and infectious laughter, savored a bowl of our homemade minestrone soup. She left, her laughter still echoing in my ears. Little did I know it would be the last time I'd hear it. She succumbed to an unexpected heart attack, her vibrant spirit extinguished in the blink of an eye. The news of their passing arrived like a chilling winter gust, freezing the warmth of our restaurant. I found myself grappling with the weight of this macabre coincidence. I, the unwitting usher, had served the final meals of these two unsuspecting souls. The realization was a heavy shroud, casting an eerie shadow over the once jovial atmosphere. The restaurant, once a bustling hub of gastronomic delight, now bore an uncanny silence. Its walls whispered tales of the departed, each echo a poignant reminder of the transient nature of life. The lingering aroma of their last meals served as a haunting testament to their tragic departures. The restaurant, it seemed, bore witness to more than culinary exchanges. Its ambiance became a portal to the uncanny, a gateway to a realm where the spectral threads of life and death intertwined. Each closing time became a ritual descent into this otherworldly realm, a haunting reminder of the mysteries that lurk beyond our comprehension. In the quiet aftermath, whispers lingered, an indelible imprint on the atmosphere. The restaurant, once a bustling hub of gastronomic delights, had taken on a new character, its charm replaced with an uncanny aura, a haunted tapestry woven with spectral threads. It was as if the walls themselves breathed with the echoes of the past, whispering tales of the inexplicable. Each night, as the final customer departed and the lights dimmed, the mundane reality of managing a restaurant collided with the mysterious. The clinking of cutlery, the hum of the refrigerator, the soft rustling of the wind outside, all seemed to bear the weight of the spectral encounters that had occurred within these walls. The restaurant had become a portal to the uncanny, a place where the veil between the tangible and the supernatural seemed to shimmer and ripple. The spectral cries, the phantom voices calling our names, the tragic departures of two patrons. Each incident had left its mark, etching itself into the very fabric of the place. With each closing, the restaurant seemed to hold its breath, as if anticipating the spectral encore that had become an eerie routine. The strange occurrences had not only transformed the restaurant, but they had also left an indelible mark on me. I had become a part of this haunted tapestry, woven into its spectral threads, forever tethered to the uncanny. With each closing, I braced myself for the spectral encore, leaving an indelible mark on the haunted tapestry of that peculiar establishment. But what if these spectral encounters were more than mere coincidence?